What can you say about Khamzat Chimaev? We had so many questions going into this matchup about whether or not this guy was the real deal. Do you guys have any more questions now? I think if he went into a title fight right now, he would be the favorite against Dricus du Plessis. And I know hype has a lot to do with that. But look what he went in there and did against Robert Whittaker tonight. Someone who has proven his toughness time and time again. And it goes down officially as a face crank. 1 round, it was utter domination. The big question coming in here, Khamzat Chimaev untested against a middleweight contender. Bobby Knuckles, we talk about middleweight contenders, you know, a former champion, someone who has been at the top of this division for his whole career pretty much. If you beat Whittaker, you are completely ready for a title shot. And I don't think you could beat anyone more convincingly than how he did it tonight. Khamzat Chimaev really proved to everyone, including myself, I had a lot of doubt going into this fight. You know, I was heavy on the Whittaker side. I really thought the experience, his craftsmanship, veteran, mentality, and all of his skills would be enough to really test Khamzat, drag him into the later rounds. But he could not get anything going. He was on defense from 20 seconds in. The way Chimaev shoots on the legs is an absolute crazy thing. I have not seen anyone shoot faster than that guy. Like, lighter weight classes aside, the way he shoots his double legs, the amount of speed and distance he's able to cover so quickly is absolutely crazy. Like I said, Whittaker spent the whole first round on the back foot, got into some really bad positions trying to fight Chimaev off the back. His grip strength looks absolutely insane. To be able to do that to Robert Whittaker, someone like we've talked about has been in there with guys like Romero, Paulo Costa, the absolute who's who of this division. And Chimaev manhandled him. He ragdolled him in there. Once he got to the neck as well, you saw it was a panic tap. Whittaker tapped so quickly. I don't know if you guys have seen the photo of Robert Whittaker's jaw after this fight. No wonder he tapped quickly. His jaw is completely destroyed. Goes again to show you how strong is this guy. Chimaev was able to do that with a face crank, just completely destroy his jaw. Oh my God, this sets up some amazing matchups. We spoke coming into this matchup how Chimaev had lost a bit of steam, spent a lot of time out of the game due to injury, illness, and he won that back tenfold tonight. It's so funny how one good performance again, doesn't matter if you've been out for a year, pulled out of fights, coming back and performing like he did, everyone is back on the Chimaev train. So what's next for Khamzat Chimaev? We know Strickland is allegedly waiting in the wings for a title shot. There's a bit of talk about UFC Sydney happening in February, so maybe those guys get lined up there. But after a performance like this, who doesn't want to see Chimaev right into the title shot? Could you imagine that matchup between him and Dricus du Plessis? The pace that those guys would put on, 2 absolute wrecking balls, not willing to give an inch, both physically but mentally. That fight is going to be nuts. And even the Strickland one, that's a bit more of a contrasting clash of styles because Strickland's going to have to do a lot of defensive wrestling in that matchup. And after seeing what Chimaev did to Whittaker tonight, who is going to stop that guy's grappling at 185? Bo Nickel? I don't think Bo Nickel's anywhere near complete enough to deal with someone like Chimaev. So like I said, Chimaev is back in town. He wins all of those fans back. The UFC is so known for the fighter's last performance. Everyone's remembered for what they did last in this sport. And what a way for Chimaev to turn things around with an absolute shutout. It was a really tough one to watch because Bobby Knuckles, one of my favorite guys here. It's been amazing watching his career, but it's just unfortunate, he gets so close to the top and takes another lesson. So Whittaker, I'm sure he'll be back. He'll rebuild like he's done so many times in the past. Like I said, it was a tough one to watch tonight. I thought it was going to be a lot more competitive coming in. And like I said, I was on Whittaker. So for Chimaev to run through him like that was almost puzzling. You watch Chimaev perform like this and you go, how is he doing this to people? Like, the guy used to fight at welterweight and he's manhandling Robert Whittaker, who is a big guy for 185. You see Chimaev weighing in the other day at the ceremonial weigh-ins. He looked huge. You know, this is clearly his natural weight class. I have no idea how his body ever got down to 170, and it's clear that this is where he needs to stay for the rest of his career, because I could even see him going up to 205. Imagine he gets the belt, gets all this steam behind him, and goes up and challenges Poatan. That fight, I think, is brewing. No one's talking about it right now, but that fight, I think, would be absolute fireworks. Imagine Khamzat Chimaev, the middleweight champion, moving up, trying to become a double champ, taking on Alex Poatan Pereira in the prime of his life. That fight would be fireworks. So Chimaev, again, you know, this guy's undefeated every time out. He really improves, really impresses us, and shows he's picking up a great record. He's beaten some amazing names now, and he's more than ready for a title shot. Khamzat Chimaev proving his complete and utter dominance. Who is going to stop this guy at 185? I would love to know. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to stop this guy? Who has the defensive wrestling to deal with Khamzat Chimaev? And forget that, but the pace. Yes, you could not do that for 25 minutes, but good luck dealing with it for 2, because the guy's an absolute buzzsaw. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers now, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and we'll chat soon.